Hi there, it's Sharon, and welcome to my studio. Today, I'm thrilled to be sharing a few projects with you using the newest color in the Distress line from Tim Holtz. This color is called Lumberjack Plaid, and it's perfect for all of your holiday cards that are coming up, Valentine's Day, and just about everything else. I love this new color of red. I think it has some great undertones in it, and I'll share a few projects with you going over which formulas I used, and of course, I'll link all the supplies below. The first card I have to share with you is just a plain and simple one using the floral outline stamps. And what I've done is stamp these floral outline stamps onto a piece of distressed watercolor cardstock and just use the distressed reinkers, so the Lumberjack Plaid and also the Rustic Wilderness, along with a little bit of water to color them in. So just a little loose coloring. And all I did to this one was just add some black splatter to keep it plain and simple. For my next card, I used the Merry and Bright letters from the bold text Christmas. And what I did was arrange them, and I saw a very similar design to this on Pinterest. So I'll go ahead and link that on the blog post linked to this profile. But what I did for this one is just to cut out squares using the Stack Squares dies. And then I picked a few colors and white. So I've paired Lumberjack Plaid, Rustic Wilderness, Mowed Lawn, Tumbled Glass, and Lucky Clover, and just repeated those colors throughout to make this pattern. So super simple. Each piece was just blended using a blending brush. And then I cut out, like I said, the letters. And all these letters are stacked. So I cut each letter out 3 times and they are stacked one on top of each other just to give it a little added dimension. For my next card, I took the Retro Santa and I embossed the piece that has his suit, or the piece that you would usually color in red, with the Lumberjack Plaid Distress Embossing Glaze, so it gives him a lot of shine. I also used some of the mica stains along with Uncharted Mariner and colored my letters and his belt buckle using foundry wax. So a really sparkly card. I've added a cityscape in the back, and it just gives it a lot of shine and a lot of texture. For my next card, I did some Distress Oxide blending, and this one uses Lumberjack Plaid, Mustard Seed, Crackling Campfire, and Seedless Preserves, and I just wanted to capture a winter sunset for this one. So I've cut the dies, the words and the houses and the trees from the Christmas cutouts, the new Sizzix dies, and just placed them on top so it looks like a silhouette. To finish the card, I added some of these machinery heads and just painted them black so they matched the rest of the color scheme. For this next color combination, I used a variety of distressed paints. So for this one, Lumberjack Plaid, Cracked Pistachio, Speckled Egg, Prize Rimmed, Uncharted Mariner, Carved Pumpkin, along with the Lumberjack Plaid Distress Embossing Glaze, and some Distress Oxide Sprite in shaded lilac. And what I've done on this one is just added layers of paint, some texture paste, some stamping that you'll see down here with paint, and also some media mark stamping to create just a really fun and vibrant combination. For this card, I decided to make one of my favorite cards from last year, and this uses the Christmas minis. Last year I made this in greens and pinks with a lot of glitter, and this year I'm turning it into more of a more masculine card, and I made my own Lumberjack Plaid paper by painting distressed watercolor cardstock and cutting it out. So you can see I've just kept the combination to red, black, and craft and just repeated those colors throughout. And then also added the sentiment from the Sketchbook Christmas set. For this wreath card, I've used the new Yuletide Colorize from Sizzix and created my bow and berries, and they each have 3 layers. So I used Distress Spray Stain for the bottom layer, the Distress Oxide Spray for the second layer, and for the top layer of the bow and the berries, I used the Distress Embossing Glaze, which just gives it a really nice shine. For the leaves on the wreath, I use some of the Distress mica stains, the holiday colors. So I've used Merrymint, Frosted Juniper, and a little bit of Shiny Bauble, and just gave it a splatter with Distress Foundry Wax. For the last set, I decided to do something that I've done for the last few new colors. So creating the same card using combinations of distress embossing glazes. And I've went with pretty much the same structure here. I've used the brushstroke stamps. I used the Merry sentiment from the Merry and Bright. And then I've just added a tiny snowflake to each. So for this one, the combination is Wilted Violet, Lumberjack Plaid, and Wild Honey. This one mixes weathered wood, uncharted mariner, and lumberjack plaid. And then for this one, I have lumberjack plaid on the top, some picked raspberry, and some twisted citron. So each one gives a different look. This is super bright. This one is a little bit more muted. And then this one is a little bit more traditional with a twist. So I hope you got a little bit of inspiration from all these new color combinations using the newest distress color, Lumberjack Plaid. I can't wait to see what everyone else makes with it, and I hope these give you a little inspiration as to what to do with this new color. If you like this video, I would love for you to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button, and please give it a thumbs up below. Thanks so much for watching.